On a quiet afternoon, a wealthy businesswoman made a decision so cold and calculated it would have ended in tragedy. If not for the one witness she never saw come a majestic white horse. What happened next will leave you in shock. Let's get back to the story. When the wind carried the scent of rain across the hills, above the rushing waters of Willow Creek Bridge, a tall woman in a sleek yellow dress stood still, her fingers wrapped tightly around the wrist of a small girl in a pink dress. The girl trembled, her chest rising and falling with short, frightened breaths. Her eyes, wide, green, and full of unspoken thoughts, darted from the woman's face to the railing behind them. "Please," she whispered, voice trembling like a leaf in the wind. "I won't say anything else. I promise." But the woman didn't loosen her grip. "You've ruined everything," Evelyn Hartman said coldly. Her voice was sharp, like broken glass. "You always see too much. You always say too much." The girl, Lily, tried to pull away, but Evelyn was stronger. And then it happened. With a sudden motion, Evelyn lifted Lily over the bridge's edge. As Lily screamed, time seemed to stretch. The world blurred. The river below roared like thunder. But what Evelyn didn't see was the white horse galloping along the road. Its hooves pounded against the pavement. Its ears were forward. Its dark eyes locked on the bridge. Something inside the animal screamed. This wasn't right. And so, without hesitation, the horse leapt, not out of instinct, out of choice. The water was icy. Lily plunged into the depths, gasping as the shock stole her breath. She flailed, trying to surface, but the current pulled her under again. Her mind raced. She could calculate the speed of the water, the depth of the riverbed, even the angle of her fall. But none of it mattered. She couldn't swim. She couldn't breathe. Then, a soft nudge, a warm presence. She reached out blindly and grabbed something thick, strong, and wet. Silas, the white horse, had found her. He swam with powerful strokes, pulling her toward the shore, fighting the current like a guardian summoned from a dream. On the riverbank, Cecilia, a 70-year-old woman who lived nearby, had been searching for her missing horse when she heard the commotion. "My God!" she whispered, hurrying down the slope. When she saw Silas emerge from the water, carrying a small child in his teeth, Cecilia's heart nearly stopped. Silas laid Lily gently on the grass, nudging her shoulder with his muzzle until Cecilia arrived. The girl was soaked, shivering violently, lips tinged blue, but alive. Cecilia wrapped her coat around Lily, cradling her head gently. "Are you okay?" she asked softly. Lily didn't answer, not with words, but her eyes met Cecilia's, and something passed between them. Recognition, fear, understanding. Cecilia looked back at Silas, who stood protectively beside the girl, never taking his eyes off her. This wasn't just chance. It was fate. Back on the bridge, Evelyn stared at the empty space where Lily had fallen. She felt nothing, or so she told herself. But deep down, a cold knot twisted in her stomach. She turned and walked to her waiting car, hands trembling slightly as she got in. "Take me home," she muttered to the driver. No one would know. No one would find out. At least, that's what she hoped. Days passed. Lily stayed with Cecilia. The old woman cared for her gently, offering warmth, food, and silence when needed. Lily spoke very little, but she watched everything, counted everything, traced patterns in the dirt, listened to the rhythm of the rocking chair. 2.3 seconds per swing. Perfect. Cecilia noticed how Lily responded to Silas more than anyone else. The horse followed her everywhere, nuzzled her hand, even mirrored her movements. It was like they shared a language no one else could understand. Meanwhile, Evelyn returned to her life of luxury and lies. In her office high above the city, she sat stiff-backed in her leather chair, staring out the window. Beside her stood Daniel, her fiancé. "The cover story is solid," he assured her. "Everyone believes Lily is in a special school overseas." Evelyn nodded, but her eyes were hollow. She remembered Lily's face, the way she'd begged. "I should have listened," she murmured. Daniel frowned. "To what?" That girl was a liability. She saw things she shouldn't, said things she shouldn't. "We did what we had to do." Evelyn closed her eyes. But Daniel didn't know the whole truth. Lily wasn't just different. She was brilliant, and she knew things that could destroy everything. Back at the farm, Cecilia called her sister Beatrice, a frail but sharp-minded woman recovering from cancer treatment. "I think I've found her," Cecilia whispered into the phone. There was a pause. "You mean?" "She looks just like Marina," Cecilia said. "Same eyes, same curls, same way of looking at the world." Beatrice took a shaky breath. "If it's really her, then she's my granddaughter." They arranged a meeting, and when Beatrice arrived, she barely made out a taxi before seeing Lily riding Silas through the yard. Her legs gave out. Tears spilled down her face. "It's her," she whispered. "It's really her." Over the next few days, the pieces fell into place. Lily, Sophia, was not Evelyn's biological daughter. She was a child of Marina, Beatrice's late daughter, who had died years ago. Marina had gotten pregnant while in a secret relationship with a powerful businessman. She had given birth to Lily, named after their grandmother, and raised her alone. Before she died, she entrusted Lily to the only person she thought could protect her, her lover's wife, Evelyn. But Evelyn hadn't protected her. She had tried to erase her. When Evelyn finally came to the farm, she expected silence. She expected anger. What she didn't expect was Lily standing there, safe, alive, holding a notebook filled with numbers, dates, and documents. Numbers that expose everything. Fraud, secret accounts, hidden deals, lies, all memorized, all accurate. "You tried to kill me," Lily said quietly. Evelyn dropped to her knees. "I didn't want to," she whispered. "But Daniel," he said. "I know," Lily interrupted. "He said I was a risk, that I saw too much, spoke too honestly." Evelyn looked up, tears slipping down her face. "I'm sorry," she said. "God, I'm so sorry." Lily stepped closer. "You wanted to get rid of me because I was different," she said. "Because I saw the truth." Evelyn nodded. "But the truth doesn't go away," Lily continued. "It multiplies. It spreads. It finds its way out." She opened her notebook. "We can fix it," she said. "Together." Weeks later, Evelyn turned herself in. She confessed everything. She handed over every document Lily had drawn, every number she had memorized. The authorities were stunned. "This is better than any forensic report," one investigator said. "She remembers everything," Evelyn replied. "Better than any machine." Lily became known not as a victim, but as a witness, a hero, and slowly, the truth began to heal the people it touched. 6 months later, the old farm had transformed. It was now the Guiding Star Equestrian Center, a sanctuary for children like Lily, children who saw the world differently, who felt patterns instead of emotions, who calculated instead of cried. Evelyn worked there every day. So did Helena, her sister-in-law and former accomplice, who had begun serving her sentence through volunteer work. Lily led the program. She taught the kids how to ride, how to listen to the horses, how to trust themselves. And every morning, she greeted Silas with a hug, because horses, she said, were the most honest judges of people. They didn't care about money or power. They only cared about the heart. One evening, as the sun dipped below the hills, Lily stood with her father, Richard, Marina's former lover, and Evelyn's ex-husband, on the porch. "I used to think being different was bad," Lily said. Richard looked at her. "And now," she smiled, "now I know it's just another way of seeing the world." Richard squeezed her hand. "Thank you," he said, "for showing us all how to see again." Moral lesson: even in the darkest moments, love and honesty can guide us back to the light. If you enjoyed this touching tale, please hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and share this story with someone who might need a reminder that even in darkness, there is hope. Thank you for watching.